Welcome to the Veterans Impact Show, where our commitment is to help, hope, and healing of our veteran family and our nation. I'm Jim Blythe, a U.S. Navy veteran and a certified senior advisor. Join us as we continue the mission of leadership and commitment to our communities and our great country. Why, you never know where we're going to go or who you're going to meet. We invite you to join in, plug in, and share in what we do. This is your Veterans Impact Show.
Welcome aboard. What a great fall day we've got. It's really beautiful outside. We've got an even more beautiful program coming up that's going to blow your mind. It's going to be so much fun. I want to introduce Cedric White, my minister, my close friend, and I got to tell you, the best marriage counselor the military's ever seen. Cedric?
Glad to be here, Jim. It's always an honor, and looking forward to the show today.
This is going to be too much fun because we've got somebody really neat, but I need to say a couple of things of thank you. I want to thank DBTV Network for putting us on Amazon Fire, Roku, Spotify, Apple TV, Smart TV, and whatever other TV. They're putting us around the world. And we really want to thank them. We want to thank AUN out in California for putting us out on their 11 stations. This is a great place to be. Enjoy. We're Saturdays at 11 o'clock and we're Tuesdays at 7 o'clock. So thank you for that. Also, I want to thank Fairway Independent Mortgage, my mortgage company, and they do great. I am a mortgage loan officer. My MLS number is 311-548. And for veterans, we've got a special deal working right now to help you refinance, lower your rate, lower your cost on a VA home loan. So if you want to know more about that, get a hold of me. It's through jim@veteransimpactshow.com. I will hook you up with somebody throughout the United States can help you. So again, you want to refinance that thing, drop your rate if we can, save you some money if we can. We got special programs. You'll really like them. So that's jim@veteransimpactshow.com. I want to thank Symbios Integrative Health that I work with and help and am as a patient. Amazing what they do. Look it up, symbioseccn.com, and Healing Thine Heart's Ministry.
Yes, sir.
I tell you what, it's the best little church in town with a big heart. Right? Okay. A big church with we're.
It's okay, Jim.
Okay. Most amazing person I think I've never met till now is a former senior chief, United States Navy. She's been out for a year and a month. Is that correct? Latasha Fennell. Chief Fennell, thank you for being on board. I got to tell you, it's really great to see somebody doing so much exciting work after 25 years of the Navy. Tell us a little bit about your Navy career, what you did.
Well, hello, and I am so honored and excited to be a part of the show, Jim and Mr. Cedric. I have done just about any and everything. My Navy career, I have done USS Kitty Hawk, 2 CB construction battalions. I have also did 2 squadron battalions. I recruited, and I also taught Navy ethics on my way out the Navy.
Oh, that's fantastic.
That is. I love that. I love that. That on your way out, you were teaching them how to be while they're in, right? So that's a good thing.
Exactly.
You know, the only thing when I got out, they said, don't let the gate hit you on the way out. I left at 32nd Street in San Diego, and you live in San Diego right now. You're part of San Diego.
I do.
And one of the amazing things is you started a business. What inspired you to do that? And where and when did you start it? It's really neat.
Yeah, it was something that as a little girl, I always loved like shiny material and bling. And then when I came into the military, U.S. Navy, we all got to dress the same. And that was one of my things. I never wanted to dress like anyone. I wanted to stand out. So I always took it upon myself to make sure I look extremely good in uniform. And I love the whites. So I would always try to add a bling to a part of the uniform, which was not allowed. But every time we traveled, I would find myself finding this nice material. And then back in 2018, I got with my sailors and we came up with the name Boss Lady Bling Blingy because they would always tease me about having bling in uniform.
So it's stuck.
That's great. So you've got your own business right there in San Diego.
I love
Yes.
it. So
That is amazing. Jordan, can you bring up that website to show her website? Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
So you do a lot of your own modeling. I love that. I love that. Modeling your own
Yes.
outfits and jewelry. That's wonderful.
Yeah, my shop is a one-stop shop. So I typically work with models and I get people ready for red carpet events, a lot of big events I work a lot behind the scene, making sure the coaches look good on stage. If you're getting an award, whatever, I'm going to make sure you look really good while you're up there.
How fun is that? That much.
Yeah, it's nothing like the Navy. That's why I was so excited because I was like, oh, I could do this.
I bet you have many of your shipmates coming back to you now saying, hey, you got to fix me up, right?
But they didn't even know it was me because it was like two different sides of me. You know, it's like, oh, when you in uniform, you straight mission. So they didn't know I had that creative side.
Oh.
And I knew how to find material. I knew how to find parts because that's what I've done for 25 years. So I knew how to get to the store. I knew how to order it. I knew how to deal with people. And I knew how to make sure they looked good and sizes was right, you know, in my playbook because I did that for 25 years for the Navy.
Can I jump in right there?
Yeah, go for
Because
it, brother.
that right there is the one thing that I think is most profound about not just the Navy. Now, okay, we like the Navy. We have a propensity to push the Navy, but the military, how it sets you up and trains you to do things that may be totally different. I was a gunner's mate missile technician. I got out, I became an IT specialist, and trust me, in the military, I knew nothing about IT, but my ability to troubleshoot is what got me into the IT industry, right? And dealing with people. What Latasha just said was that she knew how to deal with people. She knew how to access and find things, those skills that a lot of people don't understand. You can take the things that the military teaches you and use them in so many different areas in life. And I love that. I love because this is definitely sort of 180 out of what you did in the military, the blingy bling part.
Oh, yeah. I think it's.
You know, Mr. Cedric, what really happens is in the military, you get so many jobs, collateral duties. It's not your main job.
Right.
So I looked at my business as a collateral duty. And you learn as you go along the way how to make things better and how to make people feel good and look good at the same time, because that's something we were doing when we were in the military. It's like that wasn't my only job. So people always often ask me, like, when did you find time? I was like, I still watch. I had like 5 collateral duties.
Right.
And so I look at my job as the same way. It became so easy.
Right.
So you were bling bling and you were boom boom.
Yeah. Right. But we made it work, right? We made it work.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, I kept the logs and records and controlled the maintenance for the maintenance chief. And I got to tell you, I learned how to structure and schedule and put things together. And as a result, when I was a realtor developer and I built buildings and did things, it just fell into natural because I knew how to sequence things.
Exactly.
And the other part of it is I flew with some of the greatest pilots in the world. And when I got out of the Navy, I went and got my private pilot's license. And I love it.
You continue on with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Miss Latasha, let me ask you something. Let's go all the way back to the beginning. What made you decide to go into the Navy initially?
I was always in high school. I joined JROTC.
Okay.
It was Army. I actually loved the things that they did, and then I was like, I think that would be a good niche for me because I get to leave my hometown. So I think I just wanted to leave my hometown.
Where was
However
home?
I could do it, I wanted to leave. And when I met the Navy recruiter, which happened to be one of my friends, he put me in the Navy, and I was like, you know what? He got me when he showed up in his whites, and all of the girls was going crazy. And the second thing was, he said, hey, you can go wherever you want for free. I said, sign me up, because I'm out of here.
Where was home?
West Memphis.
Oh, okay. Okay.
West Memphis?
Yeah.
Okay. You know
Gotcha.
where Millington is?
Oh, I absolutely.
Yeah. I was there twice for A school.
Yes.
And Memphis is a neat town. I used to go down to Beale Street. Golly.
Yeah,
the
but
music-
West Memphis is a different town.
I know.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
it's
So I
across
was
the
born
river.
in Memphis. I went to high school in West Memphis, Arkansas.
Yeah.
Blue Devils.
Yeah.
West Memphis Blue Devils, to be exact.
Yeah, but you're on the other side of the river.
Yeah.
Yes. It's only like 8 minutes away. It's
Right.
like Chula Vista, San Diego.
Yeah. And I like both places. I think they're really, really great. What inspires you today? Does somebody come to you and say, I look like this and I want to look like that? Or do you just get these inspirations because you have such a creative capability?
Yeah, I talk to the person and I get to know them and know, how far we can go. And sometimes you have some people that absolutely just don't wear bling, don't like it. And I get them to try just a little bit and then they're back. They're hooked. So you probably don't want your wife on my website.
Michelle, no, we're dead. We're dead. And my wife wears things beautifully, but she's not a big jewelry person. Neither am I.
They never are.
Oh, she likes bling. Yeah, she's in here. I love bling. We're going to San Diego.
Got to stop by.
I don't just do the bling on just the jewelry. I do it on clothes. I do it on paintings. I do it on shoes. It's a unisex, actually. So it's not, if you're not a jewelry person, don't worry. This is a one-stop shop.
Well, I bet your color coordination in such a way to bring out the best in people, because the photographs that we saw, that we played, were truly amazing. Listen, I think we got time. Could we play your next thing that you're really involved in is Women Rising in America?
Yes.
And that looks exciting. So this dovetails with what you're doing to lift people up in the community, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, Jordan, let's play that Women Rising in America, San Diego, please.
Welcome to Women Rising San Diego. If you didn't have a parent that encouraged you, we're here to encourage you. You can do it. That's part of the reason that we all want to share this with you. Is we're gonna bare our souls, as you can see.
Don't let anybody
100%.
set your standard, right? You set the standard.
I remember walking out of there with my husband and I looked at it and I was like, it's on. I'm flipping that no and turning it into on. It is on. Challenge taken.
And now that I'm a mom
Yes.
and I'm seeing all the work and sacrifice that she did everything that she could to bring not just opportunities, but also memories.
I just needed to be like water when things would rise up and I would have to tackle the situation, whether it was good or bad, with the boys, go with the flow of things, let them be feral, and just have some fun.
I saw people that I wanted to be when I was 17. You know,
Right.
I knew like I'm going to be that and maybe even take it further. Who knows?
Women internalize it, right? And men externalize it.
I'm comfortable in this because I'm able to, look like a girl. But when I'm in uniform, I'm one of the guys.
Our household is two things. For my 15-year-old right now, grades.
Okay.
to get good grades. Yeah, we're all supposed to, but did we have a good grades? No.
I don't give a crap if I live in a shoebox.
Yeah.
As long as my kids are healthy.
Yeah.
Not only was she my mom and always came mom first, but she was my best friend
I
second.
want to encourage parents, if you're having a mother-daughter relationship that's a little bit strained, they come back. Like you teach them the right thing from the start, and they come back to you.
We do.
Don't give up.
And I think it was really hard for me to just do simple talks, just raising my hand in class.
And you got to speak up. You got to speak your mind. Don't sit back and be passive. You've got to speak your mind.
What are the rules to the game so I can play?
We will live there one day. My husband's like, you're crazy. I'm like, give me 5 years.
We
moved in like 3 years later.
Let's add to the awareness. Cheers. Get more involved and create more awareness around.
Every time we close a deal, we should go to the spa to blow off some steam.
My culture is a little bit more demure and a little bit more quiet.
As being the youngest girl, I was always at dance competitions, cheer events with school and stuff like that. So my mom was my go-to.
But does therapists really work? Because I mean,
therapy works when you allow yourself to open up.
I believe that it's all in the matter of what you want, how far you want to take it. And as a young girl, I never wanted to be normal. So I don't think a guy can stop me.
That is a fantastic program. I love that. And you're building it in community. How great is that? Now, who are some of the other people that are there?
We have 3 real estate agents that's a part of the show. We also have a nurse. She's a nurse. And then we have another owner, female business owner of white labeling. And then we have myself. So our business, every last one of us are really doing well in our business. And after promoting and showing women that we can do all things.
Isn't that great? I mean, that's what we ought to be doing, shouldn't we?
That's what it's about.
That's what it's about.
Right, no limitations. I love when the statement, I even wrote it down. The lady said, I'm going to flip the no and turn it to on. It's like, I like that. I like that. Yeah.
How great is that? How did you get involved? We're going to be going to a break in just a minute, but real quick, how did you get involved in that? You got a phone call? You said, I'm in?
No, I was going around helping like I normally do, doing work in my community. And I have a friend guy named Kevin that loves to do films. He's a director. And we did a mini documentary on when I was getting out of the military. And then we sent it down to Texas to Rhonda and Kim, and they loved it.
Yeah, it's a great program. All right, we're going to be right back with the Bling Bling boss lady, Cedric. This is too good to be true. I'm here to tell you. You need to know more about how to put some bling in your life. Yeah. Raise your expectations. This lady's going to show you how to do it, right?
Right.
All right, we're going to be right back after these words from all of our partners. And I want to say thank you so much to Latasha for coming in. It is amazing, all the way from San Diego. So you're showing us your boutique. We're going to be here for the rest of this one. Welcome back, and thanks to our great sponsors, Fairway Independent Mortgage, Healing Thine Hearts Ministry, and Symbios Integrative Health. Now, let's get back to this conversation.
Well, thank you and welcome back to part 2 of the Veterans Impact Show. I am Cedric White, your co-host, here with Big Jim Blythe sitting in, and we have a special guest today, our retired senior chief, Latasha Fennell, who is now an entrepreneur, a TV star. She's just all over the place, and she is also boss lady Blingy, Blingy. That's. I want to make sure I get it right. I don't want to get in trouble. But listen, even as I look over your shoulder, Latasha, and I see that blue outfit, right? My wife used to be in modeling, and I can see her again. I'm probably going to really have to hide this particular recording because I can see her at Cedric. I need to go to San Diego or online.
Let's go. Let's go.
But it is wonderful. You've written a book. You've written a book, From Comeback Boots to Blingy High Heels. Tell us about that book.
From Comeback Boots to Blingy High Heels. As we all know, when we retire, I did 25 years, and while I was on my terminal leave, I'm like, oh, now what? Because I was so used to getting up every morning being somewhere. And now I had over 90 days to sit at my house and reflect on all of the years that I've done. And then I was like, you know what? I was writing down these notes and things were happening to me every day. Either I was drinking coffee and I'd just write notes, or something exciting would happen, or something that I didn't like. And then I sit in my car and I say, you can't make this stuff up. I can write a book on this. And so I did exactly that.
That is fantastic. And where can we find that book?
You can find the book on my website, Amazon, and you can also find it in Barnes & Noble.
Oh, wow. Well, I got to tell you, I'm going to get one of those for Diane. I have a feeling this is going to be an expensive show.
Already.
And in the book, it tells you how I started from when I was a little girl, how I got into wanting to join the Navy, and how the bling and jewelry came about. By the way, I did not go to school to learn this trade. It was just something I picked up along the way. It was a stress reliever. I really dived deeper into it when I came back from Iraq. So I found some kind of peace in it, and it wasn't bothering anyone, but it actually made me feel good and look good. And I was able to share, that with other people. And then just added more and more into, I end up had to go get a little boutique, and just went with it that way. But I started from day one all the way into how I got to this level.
You followed your passion.
I did. I really did.
You're never going to have a day of work in your life. You're going to have a calling. And isn't that great?
Exactly. And I don't call it work because I have such great fun doing it. It's stress-free. I make my own hours. I only have to follow hours when you guys say, hey, be on the podcast at this time.
Well, this is not a podcast. You're on your network. You and I both are on the same network, DBTV. And this goes out worldwide. This is great. And boy, Diane and I love San Diego. I've been going to San Diego since I was about 12 years old because my dad worked for a company that had a big project. Did you ever hear of Rancho Bernardo?
Oh, yes. I'm there all the time.
Yeah. My dad was the chief financial officer for the company that built it. And so I spent a lot of time in RB and a lot of time in La Jolla. And then
yes, me too. I love to go out and help the women that's speaking, the golf clubs out there. Oh, I'm there.
I bet you played Torrey Pines then.
Oh, I didn't say I actually play. I just love being out there.
Yeah. So you
okay.
sound like me. You sound. It's beautiful. The golf courses are beautiful.
Yeah.
I've got golf clubs and golf clothes. I'm just not a golfer. But yeah.
Oh, I bling out their hats.
There you go. There you go. See?
How great. How fantastic. You can add some excitement to the golf course, that's for sure.
Ms. Latasha, let me ask you a question. Did you ever get into any kind of trouble in the military when you were adding to the uniform? You ever get called in about that, or,
I never got in trouble with that, but my sailors will always call me out. Because of my position as senior chief, you need to ensure that the uniform you're wearing the uniform correctly. Mm-hmm. But I always was adding in things, that I wasn't supposed to. So I have to face my sailors. You can't correct someone else and you're doing something wrong. Mm-hmm. Hence the reason why we came up with Boss Lady Bling Blingy.
Well, Commodore Kamen, who we've had on, she's head of REDCOM, which is 6 reserve states in the United States. She said that she thought it was so neat when they went back to the Navy wave type hat. I think that, I don't know what they call it, where they did away with the same hat that the officers and chiefs had.
The combination cover.
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, now we're able to wear the bucket covers too.
Yeah.
So we get to wear both now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. She was saying she loved to wear that bucket cover that you're talking about.
I did too. And I kept mine, and we were able to still wear it. I felt like a lady. And I didn't want, like I said, I never wanted to look like anyone else. Hence the reason why I would add things that wasn't supposed to be added in uniform. I would try to figure out a way to get out of it. But yeah, I love the fact that our bucket cover made us, you knew it was a woman. You knew it was, a female sailor vice a guy. But when we were one cover, you really have to know your people to know that, hey, that's a female and that's a male or whatnot. And I know they were trying to make us all one, one uniform, one voice, one mission. That's all gravy and all, but I really love the fact being a lady in uniform.
I tell you what, you did a great job with that. And I'll be willing to bet you're lifting up a lot of people who needed to be lifted up. You're showing the way, not only to have your own business, but what the Navy can do for you. And quite frankly, I think from my experience, the Navy had the best education. I couldn't speak for the others, but it brought you to where you are today, and it inspired you. And what a great job. What a great deal. And again, I love your Women Rising. That is terrific. So I tell you what, we're going to take this break and we'll be right back to hear from our partners. Thank you for being Bling Bling Boss Lady. And we got more to find out about how you can connect with her.
Welcome back, and thanks to our great sponsors, Fairway Independent Mortgage, Healing Thine Heart's Ministry, and Symbios Integrative Health. Now, let's get back to this conversation.
Well, we showed Latasha's website before. Well, Latasha, give out your website so people can know what that is and have them write it down to find you and take a look at it. And then on DBTV, you just got to go to your...
We'll show it.
So would you please tell them about your website, where people can go?
So you can find me on www.bossladyblingblingy.com. You can also find me on Facebook at Lady Blingy, and that's LADIEBLINGY. And you can find me on IG at Lady Blingy, LADIEBLINGY 4.
All right. And so how long, like you say, you sound like everything is custom, although we see in your shop some pretty amazing things. Mm-hmm. If somebody wants something, how long can you get it put together if you don't have it?
So we do several different things. If you have a favorite blazer or a jacket and I add the bling on there, we can do it exactly how you want to. But if you want it custom, where I have to create the blazer from the beginning, that probably would take me roughly about less than 3 weeks or so. It depends on if I have all of the material and exactly what it is that you want. Or if you want me to surprise you, then, hey, we don't have to go back and forth, just need the size, and I'll get started right away.
I bet you spend a lot of time showing ladies how to really bling in a quality way, because everything I see you're doing looks like so much fun. Looks great.
It really is. We just did San Diego Design Week, where we had everyone to come in, because I'm at a unique space. Right now I'm at an art building where there's tons of artists and entrepreneurs in the building. So I can, brainstorm off of each other. So San Diego Design Week gets to come in and see every entrepreneur and see what we're doing. And they showcase it, all over San Diego. So being a big word of mouth, it's done wonders for me, because people get to come and check me out. I get to do classes. I get to go and showcase my things there. Or you can see me in Macy's Santee, California.
Really? How great is that? Okay, awesome. What is the name of and where is the address of that design center?
So the building is called San Diego Made Factory. And my boutique is on the side of San Diego Made Factory, and you can find us at 2031 Commercial Street, San Diego.
Okay, I wrote all that down because I know where Diane's going to say, we're going.
Yeah, so if you like art, if you like pottery, it's a lot going on in the building.
Oh, that sounds fun. Now, where is that, near downtown, or is that?
Yes, we're like less than a mile from the convention center.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
over here right next to Barrio Logan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right there.
Love it. Love it. Love it.
So Miss Latasha, I'm looking over your shoulder at that blue jacket, blue blazer, right? Something like that, right? I'm sure you don't have just 4 or 5 of those in different sizes sitting around. So if somebody was to order that in their size, how long would it take something like that to come in?
So I only made one. That's a custom one.
Okay.
But if they like the way that looked and wanted me to do something like that, that would take me roughly 3 weeks.
Okay. Okay. I'm just thinking again. I have an anniversary coming, so I'm shopping as we talk here. So
And I have them in different styles and colors: blue, brown, gold, yellow.
Gold. Gold.
Yeah.
Your wife would look great.
She does. So I have to ask you. It is one thing to be where you are now, right? But was there a support? How did you get to the point to where you said, this is what I'm going to do moving forward? This is going to be my next step in life, my career, my plan. How did you get to that point?
When I retired, I just said, doing 25 years in the Navy. And then 2018 is actually when I even thought about my business and started. It was just an online thing. And then I dived deeper. I was having fun. And I found doing things that I have fun, it didn't seem like work to me. And then I was able to go back and give back to the military by teaching Boots to Business, which I do every Friday, and give back to the veterans. So it was just very relaxing. And then I decided to just go full on with it because it was something I enjoyed doing. It was like every morning I wake up, I love coffee. So I don't really have to think about it. I just do it.
Boots to Business. That's a great idea. Do you do that? Is it online? Is it Zoom? Is it personal? How do you do it?
It's personal in classroom. So when you're retiring from the military and you decided, even if you don't retire, you want to get out, you can go to an entrepreneur class called Boots to Business. It's actually by the SBA and VBOC, Veteran Center. So they do a class, which is 2 days in person and 6 weeks online. And I'm one of the personnel that come in and talk to them about how they, could start their business, what are the resources out there, and I'm just to guide them. And if they need help or get stuck along the way, they're still a veteran. They still serve. So I'm here to help them along the way.
See, that's tremendous. I know the VA has a lot of entrepreneur programs. We've had them on before, and that is great. Huge transition. And then one of the things that comes to mind, she was a storekeeper. Mm-hmm. She made senior chief. As a result, you know how to manage, organize, follow the money, do all of that. You've got a tremendous amount of experience in doing that.
Well, in conjunction to
I am the money.
Yeah, I was going to ask you your sourcing, right? Because different materials, different items that you're using, right? I would imagine that your training in the military helped you in the way of sourcing. I would even think even overseas. I just remember some of the things that I bought overseas, right? Mm-hmm. Suits and shoes and things like that. I would imagine that some of that has been very beneficial in what you're doing today.
Every time I went on deployment, I would bring back some things from Thailand, Japan, everywhere that I knew that I couldn't get stateside.
Okay.
And then I'll create something special, out of the materials that I would get while I was over serving or stationed there. I would bring back all of those things, and then now I get to sit and brainstorm and design something special that no one else have. And so it become a one of a kind and custom.
And you started your business before you retired, though, correct?
Yes.
You started while you were still active military. You started your business.
Yes, I started in 2018. And I was over in Okinawa, Japan.
Interesting.
That's a beautiful place.
Yeah.
Oh, it was. And they have some beautiful things. And the people was just so nice. And I was able to travel the island and pick up different, like, rocks, just stones, every little thing. And I was like, you know what? When I saw them, I'm like, that's going to be some beautiful earrings. And they was like, oh, it's not earrings. I said, not yet.
I bet that's cool. Did you go to Hong Kong?
I did. Fell in love with Hong Kong. Thailand was my number one spot.
Well, Thailand has got some of the best jewelry makers in the world.
That's why it was my number one spot, because I could afford everything.
Yeah. And some of those princess rings, my goodness gracious, those princess rings were amazing.
Now, did you learn something while you're looking at the jewelry? Did you learn some things were you able to talk to some of the curators and things like that in reference to while you were there?
I learned how they do things. And then I have like this special talent where I talk to people, and I'm an on-the-job type of person. I like to train like that and learn doing things that other people do. So I see what it is that they do, and then I envision how can I make it better and what can I add to it to make it my style.
I love it. I love
it. I love that. You were a East Coast sailor. You weren't a West Coast sailor.
We started out on the East Coast in Norfolk, right? As a matter of fact, we came out of the shipyard, brand new CGN 41 USS Arkansas. And then we changed coast and went over to Alameda when I was a base there. So I did a year and a half on the East Coast, and then the rest of my time was down on the West Coast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
I love it. Did you get to go to Singapore? Because I got to go to Singapore.
I did. Singapore, Australia, we also Thailand, Korea. I hit all of those ports.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got more than I did. I didn't get to go to Australia.
I never got to go to Australia. That's on my bucket list.
Although we broke down a lot, it took us everywhere.
Now, don't tell me it broke down, because that was a brand new carrier when I was out there in 1967. When was that ship?
67, right.
Yeah.
That says a lot, right? Yeah, I mean, Australia was that's still on my bucket list. I never got to go there.
Love it.
What did you like most about all the places you went? What was your favorite place to go? You mentioned Thailand. What would be another one? Yeah. Well, what would be another one?
Thailand was my number one.
Okay.
What was? Thailand.
Thailand. Diane's writing this down to share. Why? What was your number two?
My number two would be Australia, Perth.
Perth, Australia. And what was
number three would be Okinawa or Japan-based, period.
So you went to Yokosuka and then went on into...
I was stationed in Yokosuka.
Really?
Yeah, that's where the Kitty Hawk was.
Oh, that's where she was based?
Yeah, I was overseas on the Kitty Hawk.
Well, that carrier that's in your bay, there was an old carrier. That was a transition from my group of carriers to the newer group of carriers, and that baby was based there in Yokosuka as well. I saw it many times.
So, Latasha, let me ask you a question in reference to even the class that you teach, the Boots to Business. If someone was listening in right now, what would be a couple of tidbits that you would give them, right? If they're giving thoughts, maybe even hadn't even given thoughts to doing their own business, because initially I was not an entrepreneur at heart, but I learned later, as I do now, I love working for myself. Like you said, right, doing the things that you love to do. But what would be some of the things that you would tell somebody that's getting ready to embark on moving from Boots into civilian life?
I would say don't be afraid. A lot of people hold back and don't make the next step because either they're afraid because they're thinking about the what ifs. And I always say, what if you don't do it? Then you're never going to know the things that you know now. And the second thing, don't worry about money. That holds a lot of people back. They think in order to be an entrepreneur, you have to have a lot of money. Well, entrepreneurs are broke. They're broke. People think we're rich. No, I'm not rich.
You will be someday. You will be someday.
One day, but not today.
Yeah. Well, it comes with time, right? The understanding that, when I was leaving, I worked for IBM for 6 years. I worked for HP for 16 years. I had my own business in between there. But when I decided that I was being called to ministry and counseling full time, my mentor asked me the question. He's like, well, what is your plan B? I said, I don't have a plan B. There is no plan B. This has to work. And the comment that he made was, he said, well, Cedric, you know you're going to be your own paycheck. And that said something to me. That said that I was going to have to work, right? I was going to have to be very attentive, and I was going to have to pay attention to detail, which the military taught me. And military taught me about paying attention to detail and then having a plan and then working the plan. The biggest part is working the plan, right? Nobody's going to give it to you. You may have a great idea, but nobody's going to just give it to you. You've got to work it.
That's absolutely correct. And that's why I say the military give us so many tools in your toolbox.
Right.
Use the tools. Now that you are out of the military, you have the tools already in your toolbox that you can move forward, and you use them every day. Pull one of those tools out and move forward. And just like you said, hey, now there is no plan B. Here is the plan. Right. Now you got to make it work. You use what you know and make it work. And then the resources are out there and they're free. So don't get so to the point where you don't have someone to turn to. We're out here and we're helping and holding hands.
Isn't that great?
That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
Okay, I've got a solution for you.
Okay.
Go find a jacket that's exactly what you want that fits your wife.
And then send it to
Ship
Latasha.
It to her.
Yeah.
And say, blingy, blingy, go for it.
Let's do it.
Then we'll have another program with you and Michelle on. And we'll show everybody
we'll
what
let
you're
her
doing.
Spotlight some of that. Yeah.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, that'll be
okay,
wonderful.
but don't show her the shoes. Then we're both in trouble. How fun. But I think what you're giving back to veterans, giving back in training, giving back in inspiration. I mean, there's many years ago, I met a lady when I was in Tampa, St. Petersburg area, and she was just so plain and kind of hump-shouldered, and there was a country western nightclub, and I saw her and I wanted to dance, and I said, hey, I'm here by myself. My wife's in Dallas. I'd like to dance. And she said, well, okay. And she was wearing kind of a blue jean denim, very, very, very plain. I mean, very plain. And so we danced and started talking and just great. And I said, hey, you have really been nice. What is the neatest restaurant? And she said, well, it's the Del Coronado Hotel. And I said, would you meet me there and have dinner? And she goes, well, yeah. And I said, okay, well, just being friends. I'm sitting in the bar at the Hotel Del Coronado, and all of a sudden, the whole bar got dead silent. I mean, dead silent. And I turned around and looked, and I was like, oh my God, that was one of the most beautiful women. And just because she had changed and she looked like Natalie Wood. And I was like, wow, a makeover like that lifts everybody in the room.
It makes a difference.
It was amazing. And then when we sat down, she pulled out a cigarette, and I thought I had 14 waiters running with matches. I was afraid they were going to burn her face off. Hey, you are what you think you are, and when you think you're great, you're going to look great. So we're going to be right back after these words from all of our partners and say very much a thank you to Lady Bling Bling Boss Lady. This is Veterans Impact Show. We're with you on DBTV and AUN. We're here for you, and we're going to be always bringing the best, just like this wonderful lady. Stay with us. Welcome back, and thanks to our great sponsors, Fairway Independent Mortgage, Healing Thine Hearts Ministry, and Symbios Integrative Health. Now, let's get back to this conversation. Jordan, would you pull up our November 11th thing to show everybody real quick. We would like to show you, Latasha, what Cedric and I are doing. And the idea we came through is walking through the fire. Our special guest is one of my pilots from Vietnam who was 5.5 years as a POW. He also survived the fire in the Oriskany in 1966. Of all the men in the world, he has walked through the fire more than once, and he is a close friend. And Cedric, you're going to be teaching about walking through the fire for the marriage,
Yes.
military, and then Dr. Ashmore is going to be talking about walking through the fire of recovering from your injury, TBI, and PTSD. So this is what we want everybody to know about. This is going to be a great event in the Hope Center here in Dallas. And
Yes.
Thank you, Hope Center, for all you're doing. Thank you, Fairway, and everybody who's involved.
We want to say thank you, Boss Lady Blingy, for joining us. Miss Latasha Fennell, retired senior chief in the Navy. Thank you for what you've done. Thank you for what you're doing. One of the questions that I was going to ask you was in reference to whether or not you're doing anything with military, with veterans, and you answered that question in a wonderful way. We thank you that you are bringing your life experience, your naval experience, and showing people that they can go from the military, transition to civilian life, and things don't have to change. We've done an episode in reference to veteran suicide and giving people hope. What you're showing is that there is hope. Don't give up, right? You don't have to have all the money that you think you're going to need. If you have a dream, there's people out here and resources out here that can help you. So we want to thank you for sharing your story with us today, and keep doing what you're doing. You will be hearing from us.
All right. I have one question also, Latasha. What would you say to a young woman who is graduating from high school or graduating from college? I bet you would have made a phenomenal officer. You would have made an incredible. To make it to senior chief, that's officer material. What would you say to that young lady?
Don't look back. Go full speed ahead. Follow your dreams. You could have it all. Don't shorten or think about what other people are doing. Do you the best. Take care of yourself and go forward.
And you had a great job that really prepared you for what you're doing today. And you didn't have to pick up a rifle. You didn't have to fire a missile. Huh?
I did. I went to Iraq for a year.
Oh, really?
Oh,
How
yeah.
fun.
How fun?
I don't know.
How fun?
I'm not sure.
I don't know that.
And I'm a sharpshooter, by the way.
Oh,
right.
you are?
All right.
Okay. Your husband and other people, be careful.
Oh, you got to be careful with me.
That's right.
Yes, ma'am.
That's right.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, chief. You know,
Senior chief.
our chiefs in the Navy. I have a really close friend, Admiral Woody Beale, who was an F-18 driver, and Woody was head of recruiting for the Navy when he was still an admiral. And one of the things he said to me, he was on the program, and he said, "Jim, you know who runs the Navy?" I said, "Well, Woody, the chief petty officers." And I thought he was going to bust a gut. And he said, "You're right. If it isn't for the chiefs, the Navy don't go." He also then compared the Russian Navy and the Chinese Navy and military to our Navy. And our Navy teaches from the ground up leadership and building and confidence and how to overcome and adapt. It's amazing what they teach. And I love it. Man, I had 4 of the greatest years of my life. It was pretty tough, 3 combat tours of Vietnam. My grandfather was career Navy. My father was in for 6. He was a radioman. You don't have to necessarily carry a rifle like Latasha did. Latasha, sorry. Hey, I got to tell you, lady with a rifle,
Oh, yeah.
I could just see what you did to that rifle. Did you put some sparkle into that deal?
Not at that time. I didn't have any bling with me.
Right.
Just the bullet.
What? Okay.
Just the bullets.
Now, what's your favorite city in the United States? Where do you like to go? I know going back, little town of West Memphis, but across the river, Memphis, Beale Street, great music. Where do you like to go?
I love it here in San Diego because in California, you can go anywhere in 2 to 3 hours and get exactly what you want. You can get desert, you can get mountain life if you go 2 hours up. You can get the city life. You can go to LA. So you can get anything you want within less than 3 hours.
That's fun. I used to take from Imperial Beach, I bought a little red MGA and I'd drive up to La Jolla. And one time I went body surfing and swimming and riptide pulled me way out. I mean, way out. And I finally took an hour and a half to get back. About 20 years ago, I'm watching Shark Week. And they're going, oh, the hunting grounds of the great white shark are right off of La Jolla. And I'm going, what? I love La Jolla. I think that's the greatest place in the United States. It's so beautiful. In Coronado. We interviewed George Galdarisi, and he lives on Coronado, Navy captain.
I saw that interview.
Oh, you did? Did you enjoy it?
Yes, I did. I watched it.
Well, great. Well, you're going to get to watch a bunch more because we're going to be sending you this interview, and we have had a very fun time putting this together, haven't we, Cedric?
We have. We appreciate you, Miss Latasha.
Yeah, and this ought to be a good Navy recruitment poster. I'll send it to them as well.
I used to be a Navy recruiter as well.
Oh, you did? Where did you work in Florida? In Florida, doing that? Did I hear you say that?
No, New Orleans.
New Orleans. Oh, what a great town! Great food, great food. Town, great people.
Yeah, the food was amazing.
Brother Cedric, you want to close us with a prayer?
I will. So, Father God, we thank you. We thank you for this day. We thank you for those like Sister Latasha and what she does. We thank you that she's teaching, she's reaching out, and she's living life that you gave her. So we thank you. We pray that others will see that they have opportunity if they just step out on faith. So, Father God, be with us in all things and continue with this country. Make this country one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. You are living out Jeremiah 29. For the plans God has for you have been blowing the doors off. They're doing great. Thank you for being on board. Thank you for being part of the DBTV network as well. So let us know how things are going and let us know how we can get a hold of you. So have a great day. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.